So we are starting with a new paragraph. We have been given the description of the entire past. We have also been given of the prospects lying ahead of us, and that is what Savitri is seeing in her dream state, in her sapna condition, sapna avastha. Now, the yogi tells us that what is being seen is only the first view of matter. But this is only matter's first self-view. What has sprung up from matter, its own view, is what is being witnessed by us in the dream state. A scale and a series in the ignorance. All these things are happening in the world of ignorance, subconscious, the lower nature, apara prakriti is working, and these are the things which are dominating all our actions presently. But this is only matter's first self-view, a scale and series in the ignorance, from more ignorance to less ignorance, still less ignorance. Still we are far away from the world of knowledge, from knowledge to greater knowledge to yet greater knowledge. Those are the domains lying ahead of us. So what is being described is only the first view of the material creation in the domain of ignorance. This is not all we are or all our world. So that is the consoling statement also for we poor souls, that we are living in this miserable condition of anguish, of sorrow, of mortality. But that is not all that we are. This is not all we are or all our world. Our greater self of knowledge waits for us. Our greater self of knowledge. That is the important phrase, self of knowledge. At the moment we are self of ignorance. Our greater self is the self of knowledge. We are self of matter. We are self of life. We are self of thought. We are self of knowledge. And we should also be the self of light, which does not cast any shadow in a darkness. So these are the prospects of the self which are lying ahead of us. Our greater self of knowledge waits for us, a supreme light in the truth conscious vast. Supreme light in the truth conscious vast. Satyam, vast Satyam, Satyam Brahat. In that state we have greater prospects. A supreme light in the truth conscious vast. It sees from summits beyond thinking mind, from the world of Satyam Brahat, Rutam Brahat. It sees the entire play of this creation here. That who? That greater self, self of knowledge is what sees it. It sees from summits beyond thinking mind. It moves in a splendid air of transcending life. It shall descend and make us a life divine. That is the promise. In fact, these are the prospects here for us. It shall descend and make earth's life divine. And that was exactly the boon Savitri had won from the Supreme Himself. This possibility of earth's life becoming divine is the objective of this creation. But that objective cannot be fulfilled unless the obstacle which is standing in the way is removed. And that obstacle is the presence of death, the huge foreboding mind of night, who has projected himself as death. So unless that death is conquered, is removed, Earth's life cannot become divine. In any case, if this life has to become divine, it means that the obstacle must be removed. In other words, we are told here indirectly, suggestively, very affirmatively also, yes, this is exactly what Savitri is going to do. She will remove the obstacle and this earth's life shall become life divine. It shall descend and make earth's life divine. Well, this is a statement which was written maybe around 1946. Sri Aurobindo wrote that thing. It shall descend and make earth's life divine. Around 46, the prospects were very clear. Now, we can say, because of their work, Sri Aurobindo's and the mother's work, that it shall descend has become, it has descended. That self of knowledge has descended upon earth. So what is going to happen now with the descent is, it shall make earth's life divine. That is a process which has been set into motion with the descent of this self of knowledge. It shall descend, it has descended on 29th February 1956. It has happened already, and its work is now towards making the life divine a reality upon earth. Truth made the world. Yes, the yogi sees it. This is a creation of truth. It is not a creation of falsehood. It is not a creation of ignorance. It is not a creation of evil. It is something which has been willed in the process of evolving time by the Supreme Himself. Truth made the world. Yes, it is truth. Not a blind nature force. Andha Prakriti. It is not she who has made this world. Although today she is Andha Prakriti, blind nature force, yet there is a truth behind her working, and it is that truth which is pushing this Prakriti, this blind nature force into action, and things are bound to happen. So what Savitri is seeing in her dream consciousness is only the first view of things. What is going to happen is now going to be decided by this working of the truth, and what is going to be decided is already decided, in the sense that this life shall become the life divine upon earth. For here are not our larger, diviner heights. We live in smallness here. We have in us actually the divine elements present. They have not come out into action. They are not working in us at the moment, but that does not mean that they are not present in us. They are definitely there. Here are not our large, diviner heights. Our summits in the superconscious blaze, our heights, our great possibilities, our loftiness, our glories, they blaze, they shine like the sun in the transcendental world. They are there already. We are not aware of it. That does not mean that they are not there. Our summits in the superconscious blaze, are glorious with the very face of God. There is our aspect of eternity. There is the figure of the God we are. His young, unaging look on deathless things, His joy in our escape from death and time. That will be His joy, that we shall no more be bound by death and by the cruel moments of time. We shall be no more bound by that. These are the prospects already with us. His immortality and light and bliss. Amrutatva, Prakash, Ananda, immortality, light and bliss, they are there waiting for us. We are not aware of them, but these are the things which should mean the beginning of the divine life upon earth. He has already said that, yes, it is bound to happen. It shall descend and life shall become divine. And what are the aspects of divinity? Immortality, light, bliss, they are bound to be here. His joy, all those things are present here. Our larger being sits behind cryptic walls. By some kind of a mysterious wall, we are shut off from our larger being. What are these cryptic walls? The walls of ignorance, which we have built in the process of the working in us. The greatest wall, the mysterious wall, the semi-transparent wall, the half-lucent wall is the world of our mind, which shuts us totally from the supermind, from the transcendental worlds. It is what the Isha Upanishad calls Hiranmayena Patrena. Our consciousness is covered by a golden lid. Here is a wall, cryptic wall, mysterious wall, which is shutting us off from the higher light. Our larger being sits behind cryptic walls. There are greatnesses hidden in our unseen parts. Greatnesses that wait their hour to step into life's front. All those greatnesses are waiting for us. They will step into the emerald moment of glorious time. They are bound to step into it. That wait their hour to step into life's front. How long they are going to wait? They are going to wait for an hour, all right. But when is that hour going to be finished? It's going to be over. That will be over when we have also lent ourselves to those possibilities. There is an element of preparation, readiness from our side to receive what is coming down here. Yes, there shall be life divine, but that does not mean that it is automatic. It does not mean that it is going to impose itself upon you. You have to be ready to receive it. There is a part of preparation, and we had to do that bit of our job. We can't escape it. We feel an aid from deep indwelling gods. Yes, they are waiting, the hour will come. When will the hour come? When the indwelling gods emerge, when we worship them, we bring them out, then the hour has come, and those glories which are waiting, they would arrive and descend in us. In other words, there has to be the indwelling preparation for those higher things to come down and live in us. We feel an aid from deep indwelling gods. One speaks within. Light comes to us from above. Unless this within and the above come together, the life divine cannot occur. One shall descend, the supermind has descended, yet something has to speak from within. Then only the light from above can come and enter in us. We feel an aid from deep indwelling gods. One speaks within. Light comes to us from above. Our soul from its mysterious chamber acts unknown to us, quietly, without making a kind of a noise. The soul is constantly pushing us forward. We are not aware of it. If only we become aware of it, its work can become swift, purposeful, and also meaningful. Our soul from its mysterious chamber acts, its influence pressing on our heart and mind. Constantly it is sending its messages to our heart and to our mind. But often we do not accept those messages. A small little voice keeps on prompting us at every crucial moment, but we heed it not and we miss the chance. Its influence pressing on our heart and mind pushes them to exceed their mortal selves, because something is acting from within. These are the things which are acting from within, and they are pushing things so that we exceed what we are, what is our mortality, in the state of mortality in which we live. Pushes them to exceed their mortality, their of heart and mind. The mortality of heart, the mortality of mind is pushed aside when that voice from within comes and asserts itself. That is to happen. That is the within. Then the light from above that can come. It seeks for good and beauty and for God. That is what our soul is constantly questing for, looking for everywhere. Is this world beautiful? Is this world noble? Is there loftiness around here? It keeps on constantly looking for that in every action, in every movement, in every aspect of existence. It seeks for good and beauty and for God. These are the divine qualities which it is looking for in this creation, in the world which is presently governed by blind nature force. It seeks for good and beauty and for God. We see beyond self's walls our limitless self. Yes, there is a vast self of us, Ananta, which has no limit, which has no boundaries. It is that self we can see when we dismiss our small little self, our surface self, our surface consciousness. When we dismiss that, then we can get an idea, we can get some kind of a guidance from the limitless self. We gaze through our world's glass at half-seen vast. Yes, the whole world is very vast. We have got huge telescopes to look into the universe. We have got in the space powerful instruments, Hubble telescope, taking pictures after pictures of the endless universe. They are there, but what happens to that? What are they? They only give us a glimpse of the half-seen vast. Beyond their gaze, there are domains and domains which they cannot grasp, they cannot understand, they cannot know, they cannot see. Their sight does not reach them. Even the most powerful instruments which we build, they cannot see that. You see, after all, Hubble telescope is a metaphor belonging to sight, drishti. We have to have some other kind of a drishti to see things of vastness. That drishti can come only is some inner sense develops in us. Our drishti is the manasa drishti at the moment. Behind our eyes is manasa. Behind manasa itself, there is the faculty of cognition which grasps immediately what the object is telling you. The object tells you, yes, this is what I am, this is what I am, this is what I am. It is that thing which is grasped by a faculty which is behind mind. And when that faculty of apprehension opens out in you, then opens out also the vastness of this creation, the vastness of the universe. Our half-seen sight, our mental sight, manasa, drishti, manasa, senses, all faculties, whether it is sight or hearing or all those 5 elements which I got, they belong to manasa. Behind manasa is sadhyana, and beyond sadhyana is the true knowledge. And it is that true knowledge which has to come to us. It sees for good and beauty and for God. We see beyond self's walls our limitless self. We gaze through our world's glass at half-seen worlds. What is our world's glass? The example is, of course, the Hubble telescope, for instance. At the time of Sri Aurobindo, when he was writing this, of course the Hubble telescope was not present, but there were powerful telescopes. Mount Palomar, where we have got the astronomical laboratory, was the most famous center of study of the cosmos at that time. Even that telescope cannot, 200-inch telescope, even that telescope cannot really have an idea about the vastness of this cosmos. We gaze through our world's glass at half-seen vast. We hunt for the truth behind apparent things. What is this universe for? What is the meaning behind it? What is the purpose of it? What is it striving to do? What is it trying to give to you or trying to bring it for you? We have no idea of that. We can never have that idea at all. We hunt for the truth because of our faculties limited by the mind sense. We are simply the hunters of the verities of the spirit. We cannot seize them. Hunt for the truth. Beyond this faculty, there is the faculty of intuition. Beyond that is the faculty of intuition. If that intuition can awaken, then it can hunt for the truth in the dark recesses of existence, in the dark caves. Sarama, as the Vedic rishis say, the dog sarama, intuition, it smells, senses where the truth is, lying hidden in the caves, in the guha. From our sight it is hidden, but sarma has that faculty of sensing the truth itself. That faculty we don't have. Our faculty is only the instrumental faculty. We gaze through our world's glass at half-seen vast. We hunt for the truth behind apparent things. It is Sarma who discovers the truth. It is she who tells you, yes, here is the enemy who is dwelling there. You go and attack him there. It is that. So our faculties don't have that sense of guidance also, you see. Our inner mind dwells in a larger light. Yes, beyond this sense faculty, there is the inner mind's faculty. We have got inner mind, we have got inner life, we have got even inner subtle physical in us, and it is that which can give us the elements of truth which are not recognizable by our outward faculties. Our inner mind dwells in a larger light. Its brightness looks at us through hidden doors. That inner mind, if it opens out, then new doors open out, new windows open out for work. Our members luminous grow, and wisdom's face appears in the doorway of the mystic world. What do you see then? When the inner mind opens out, then what do you see? You see, here is wisdom herself standing in front of you at the doorstep. She is trying to enter into your house. Yes, she is there. She is coming. She is going to enter into your house shortly. Our inner mind dwells in a larger light. Its brightness looks at us through hidden doors. Our members luminous grow, and wisdom's face appears in the doorway of the mystic world. When she enters into her house, wisdom, prajna, when she enters into her house, our outward sense, manasa, outward sense, then we look at her and see above her son. When that wisdom, when that prajna comes into her house, the inner mind has a faculty to invite that wisdom, prajna, and when we see with her eyes, what do we see? We see above her sun, which does not cast any shadow, a shadowless light. It is that which we see here. Appears in the doorway of the mystic world. When she enters into her house of outward sense, then we look up and see above her sun a mighty life self within its inner powers support the dwarfish modicum we call life. So what has the inner mind done? It has invited wisdom, and wisdom has opened out the doors for us to see beyond, to see above her sun. And what is now the inner life going to do? This is what we are told now. A mighty self, inner life self, with its inner powers support a dwarfish modicum we call life. It can graft upon our crawl two puissant wings. That is the mightiness of the inner life, the life self, when it opens out. It can graft upon our crawl. We are walking slowly, crawling on the ground like a child, like an infant. We are babes actually in its creation. We are crawling. But this life self has a power to graft wings on us. This is a very beautiful phrase, grafting wings on a crawl. Crawl is something which is sort of abstract here, whereas wing is something which is biologically, physically concrete. So on this crawl you are grafting wings. That is the metaphor here, and that is what life's force can do. When the inner life opens out, well, it can give us wings. We need not then walk slowly or crawl on the ground. We can start straight away flying like an eagle into the higher skies. Grafting, it is like a living tissue being grafted on a living body so that it can grow. That is what the grafting does, you see. You graft the trees and plants also so that new branches shoot out. Now here also, in a living, breathing sense, what is the life force doing? On our human frailty, it is providing us strength, it is grafting strength on human frailty. To our slow walk, it is giving us wings so that we can sweep into the skies above very high and reach the greater domains. Puissant wings, they can go very high up. So we have got the inner mind, we have got the inner life. Now we also have the inner body, the subtle body. Our body's subtle self. See how systematically the whole essay develops. He is describing the possibilities. First the inner mind, then the inner life, then the inner physical, the subtle physical which is there inside. Our body's subtle self is throned within in this viewless palace of veridical dreams that are bright shadows of the thoughts of God. After all, that subtle body is itself is a shadow, bright shadow, not a dark shadow, bright shadow because it is inside. Our gross physical is a dark shadow, is a very dark shadow. But the subtle body inside, the subtle physical inside, is a bright shadow of the thoughts of God. Thoughts want this body to be this, that, etc., etc. And it is that thing which is now giving rise to this body. Our body's subtle self is thrown within in its viewless palace of veridical dreams that are bright shadows of the thoughts of God. This is the description of the inner being that we are. The inner mental, the inner vital, the inner physical. And these are the possibilities open to this inner being that we are. Our body's subtle self is thrown within in its viewless palace of veridical dreams that are bright shadows of the thoughts of God. In the prone, obscure beginning of the race, the human grew in the bowed ape-like man. Man's ancestry tells the quick biology belongs to ape, monkey. We are descendants of apes. But Savitri's vision is not that. We are not a prolongation of the biological species called an ape, a monkey. We are something different than that. We are maybe ape-like, but we are not apes. That is what it is. I think we'll stop with that today, because this is a beautiful thing. It has tremendous implications to see the theory of biological evolution itself. It is the subtle body in us which is preparing man. It is not the physical body. The subtle body has its own method of preparing the body of man. Manasa Sharira is a different thing than Prana Sharira. And it is that which is coming out because there is something within us. The subtle physical body, it is that which is pushing things and producing a man. Although it may look as if he has come out from an ape-like structure, it is not so.